This is the story about the day a man tried to kill me and the supernatural events that occurred that saved me. The day started like any other day. I woke up, I got dressed, I went to work. Not one person who saw me that day knew what kind of trouble I was in. Not even me. I had inadvertently set a plan in motion to have one of my abusers killed. And now I was scrambling to try to find a way to stop the plan without calling down the wrath of the person who was executing it. My boyfriend. Alan and I had started going out months earlier. His brother Edgar had introduced us, but things did not go as Edgar had planned. See, Edgar had been harassing me at work for weeks. He was pissed off because I would not go out with him. So every day he would come to my place of employment, verbally abuse me, and threaten to cause me harm. One day he came in and told me that he had a brother who was a devil worshiper and a convicted felon who had even been committed. He told me he was going to bring his brother to the store and they were going to assault me together. Well, Edgar brought Alan to the store, but Alan did not assault me. And in fact, Alan and I hit it off so much so that Alan beat the shit out of Edgar and ran him out of town. This action bound me to him. I had been victimized since birth, so to have someone put me on a pedestal and protect me in such a way was intoxicating. It's hard to comprehend that here I am, just months later, sitting at work, trying to figure out how to get away from him. Now, I did not think I was in danger. Alan had never abused me. He had never even been angry with me. I rationalized his plan to kill my abuser as misguided but well-intended. I had already tried to talk him out of the plan with no success. In fact, the more I pushed, the more he seemed genuinely hurt that I did not appreciate the fact that he was doing this for me. So I needed to get away from him. I thought maybe, without me in the picture, Alan would be no longer inclined to kill on my behalf. And if that wasn't enough to stop him, perhaps the knowledge of the plan would. Alan did not want to get caught. The only problem I saw with this plan is that by breaking up with him, he could become upset and I become a target. So I decided I just needed to disappear. I would go home after work, pack a bag, and drive off into the sunset. But that wouldn't work either. Alan and I were supposed to go out after work. If I was a no-show, I could raise suspicions before I got away. So I thought, no, I'll go on the date, and right after the date, I will go home and pack a bag and drive off into the night. That's it. That's what I'll do. Excuse me? I had said that out loud while helping a customer. Can you imagine being a customer, talking to the woman behind the counter, who always has a big smile on her face, and while she is handing you your dry cleaning, she is contemplating how to get away from her boyfriend and stop a murder? It was a surreal moment. Now, as the day wore on, I became increasingly more nervous. The what-ifs. But I thought, I have a solid plan. I'm going to stick to it. One more night. At closing, I locked the door and counted the drawer. I gathered my things to leave, and then I caught a glimpse of my Bible underneath the counter. I stared at it for a moment. I had an odd urge, so I gave in to it. I grabbed the Bible, I placed it on the counter, and allowed it to open up to a page randomly. Then I closed my eyes and pointed. It said, God is grateful. He will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so you can endure it. One more night. After my date, I will pack a bag and leave. One more night.